Welcome to episode 2 of Taste Reviews, the drink edition. And today we are tasting and reviewing this blended malt Scotch whiskey, Monkey Shoulder. This is a good one. I've had this one a few times, and I thought that this would be a good whiskey to taste and review for this second episode. Appreciate everyone out there for tuning in to the first episode of Taste Reviews Drink Edition. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I appreciate you. And of course, I will be having more tastings and reviews to come. So we're going to get right into it. Of course, I'll start with the description of Monkey Shoulder and we'll move along to the tasting. So let's talk a little bit about Monkey Shoulder. And this is coming directly from their website, monkeyshoulder.com. Remember, all the descriptions and things you need to know, website and all that good stuff will be down in the description of the video. So it says the original Monkey Shoulder has been made for mixing since 2003. Born in Scotland, Monkey Shoulder is born of one of the oldest whiskey-making Scottish families in the world, William Grant and Sons. Still family owned today, William Grant and Sons has been distilling the finest Scotch whiskies since 1887. Early in the 2000s, the team at William Grant's recognized an opportunity to bring the world of Scotch to a much bigger audience through championing cocktails and mixed drinks as a new way to enjoy Scotch. With this brief in mind, an epic blend of Scotch malt whiskeys were chosen to create the perfect whiskey for mixing, and as you will see from our bottle, the blend that was chosen was called Batch 27, and that's directly on the bottle right here, Batch 27, selected by our malt master. At the time, the idea of blending only malt whiskeys was a novel one because blends usually included some grain whiskey, but our perfect blend didn't, and so we ended up creating a new category of Scotch, a blend of malts that no one else had ever released before. Batch 27 didn't have the snappiest ring to it, and instead we named our whiskey Monkey Shoulder in tribute to our whiskey heritage, and in 2003 we set out to give the whiskey world a good old-fashioned shake-up. The rest, as they say, is history. What's in the name? Okay, so where did Monkey Shoulder come from? Well, in the traditional malt whiskey making process, malted barley is turned by hand by maltmen using large, heavy malt shovels. Years ago, some maltmen would develop a strain injury which had a tendency to cause their arm to hang down a bit like a monkey's. So they nicknamed it Monkey Shoulder. Thankfully, the condition no longer exists, but we're still proud to honor our whiskey heritage. And that's the description coming directly from the website, monkeyshoulder.com. So let's talk a little bit more about this particular bottle, Scotch whiskeys, and just give you a little history on it. So there are 5 different types of whiskey produced in Scotland. 1, single malt whiskey. 2, single grain whiskey. 3, blended malt whiskey, which is Monkey Shoulder. 4, blended grain whiskey. And 5, blended whiskey. Blended malt whiskey is a mixture of single malts only from various distilleries. There is no grain whiskey in a blended malt. This type of whiskey is sometimes called a vatted malt or a pure malt. The well-known brands include Odyssey, Monkey Shoulder, and Johnnie Walker Green Label. So let's talk about single malts. Single malt whiskeys is made of malted barley and distilled in copper pot stills. By value rather than volume, the United States remains the largest export of Scotch. Some good facts to know about Scottish whiskey. And one of the reasons why I got turned on to this particular whiskey is the bottle. As you can see, it's a nice looking bottle. I mean, the color of the whiskey looks good with the bottle. You see, they have even I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it's some type of metal or whatever, but the three monkey design on here, you can touch it and it feels like it's some type of metal or something. It's not plastic, but even if you look at the label has a good look to it that matches with the color of the whiskey. It's just a nice overall looking bottle, and it was very attractive to me at the moment. So I was like, let me try this, and I've liked it ever since. And it's got a very good price point, just like the last whiskey on episode one, Bro Brothers whiskey. This whiskey is only $30. $30 for this. So now that we've gone through the description and a few facts, let's go on and get to the tasting, the best part. So now to the best part of the tasting review, the actual tasting. So as you can see, I got my three glasses, my two tumblers on the outside, and my nosing glass. So let's get right into it. As you can see, in the glass, it still has a beautiful color to it. It's almost like a gold color. I'm gonna say it's gold. It smells really good. It has some floral smells to it. Fruity smell, a nice floral fruity smell to it. So let me take my first taste from the nosing glass. Tastes real good, nice and smooth. Has the body of it is kind of oily. The taste is fruity. I can taste some flower notes in it, fruit, flower notes to it, almost like pears. I can taste some pears. Um, yeah, it's a good taste. It's a it has a short finish to it. It doesn't last long. I don't have no type of burn in my chest or anything. I won't even say it's short. It's almost like a medium finish to it, a medium long finish. I can still feel it a little bit, but it's not a burning sensation. It's almost like it's settling with you. So it's like a medium long, it has like a medium long finish to it. So let me start with my tumbler with the ice in it. And as I explained on the first episode, ice adds a anethizes the whiskey, so it adds another element to it. You won't be able to smell it the same way as you would from a nosing glass or just uh, a regular tumbler without ice, but it does offer a different experience when you taste it. Now with the ice, is you can't taste the fullness of the body. It is definitely not as oily as it was from the nosing glass, of course, because of the ice. The taste I can still it still tastes fruity. Um, I'm not tasting that much of the flower, but I can taste it just a little bit. But I can still taste the fruit. Still tastes like pear to me. I just keep thinking about pears when I taste it. And with the ice, the finish is definitely short. It doesn't last long. It's cold now. The whiskey has a little coldness to it, so the finish isn't that long or not in that medium long range. So it's very short. So let me try with the next tumbler. And with this tumbler, I'm going to add a cap of water to it. Well, let me take a sip first. I forgot to take the sip on the second tasting. Just a cap full of the water. And the water anodizes the whiskey as well. And what the water does is actually will bring out more of the flavors and stuff to it. Like I said last episode, it's just like salt, adding salt or sugar to your food. So let me smell it. It still smells very fruity. It's actually smelling more fruity now with the splash of water in it. Yeah, I just keep smelling pears. I just keep smelling pears. So let me take a sip of it. Yeah, the water actually brings out more of the fruitiness of the whiskey, and and the body of it is more thin with the water, which makes sense. Um, the finish now with the splash of water in it is short. It doesn't last long at all. It's not. It doesn't last the same way as it did with the just drinking it straight with the nosing glass. So tastes very good, very fruity, and that's what I like about it. Yeah, very good. So the tasting went well. So now we're gonna move on to the actual review of Monkey Shoulder blended malt Scotch whiskey. It's a good one. So now let's review Monkey Shoulder blended malt Scotch whiskey. So out of 5 tastes, I give this one a 4 out of 5. Just like last week, and this is just not me being biased because I've had it before, but is real smooth. This it offers a great taste for when you just relaxing and you want to end the day off or the evening off with a taste. This is one to pick because it's not strong. Um, it offers sort of like a a dessert type of taste to it when you ending off a meal or something like that. So like this particular whiskey, I wouldn't even have with a meal. I would have it after a meal, sort of like how people have dessert wines after their meals and stuff. This one is sort of like a dessert whiskey. So I give this one 4 out of 5. Actually, I gave it 4.5 out of 5. I give this one 4.5 out of 5 tastes. Monkey Shoulder blended malt Scotch whiskey. 4.5 out of 5. A great whiskey, great price point. $30 for this bottle, this nice looking bottle, and it's a great whiskey just to end the evening off with after a meal. A nice little dessert taste is nice and fruity. Has some floral notes to it. So yeah, I recommend this one definitely. Monkey Shoulder blended malt Scotch whiskey. Until next time, I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Also, the description of this whiskey and the website will be down in the box of the YouTube video. Thank you once again. This has been Taste Reviews Drink Edition. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and I'll see you next time. Drink responsibly.